Let's talk about some plant problems that can sneak up to you and actually harm the overall quality of your buds. Here I have the V-Grow box by Vivo Sun, and I have one plant growing in here. It's my first time actually using this box, and for those that are new to the channel, welcome. I do have a playlist on this grow series, so if you are the type of person that wants to start from the beginning, I'll link it down in the YouTube description section below so you can easily access the playlist and start from the beginning. Let's open it up and see what we got going on. All right, so at first glance, it doesn't look great, does it? This is Magic Candy Mountain OG by Welcome to the Grow Tent. It's on day 65 of flowering and the harvest window is between 9 and 10 weeks. But yeah, this plant does seem to be having quite a bit of problems. I'm very transparent when it comes to problems. I have no problem showing off my problems. I'm not like some of the other YouTubers out there that will hide their problems. I consider that fake. And showing the problems I feel like is good for learning as well. And it's gonna teach some of the folks out there that don't know these things. They can see these problems firsthand and then put actions in place to reduce or prevent these problems from occurring at all. Let's start off by talking about the environment. This is something that has negatively impacted the buds. I've been transparent in past videos about how high heat is within this box. I have been between about 83 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. I've been doing my best to kind of lower it, but there is no cooling in this box. So it's only grabbing air that's in this lung room, which is the room that the box is in. And this room has been about 75 degrees Fahrenheit. So I guess not cool enough in order to control the heat within the grow space. Even reducing the light, which something I've had to do, that hasn't really lowered the heat much. Due to that, we're getting some foxtailing occurring, and you can clearly see it on these buds. It looks like buds coming out of other buds. They're kind of stacking on top of each other as if they look like little towers. And this is a common problem due to high heat. This does compromise the bud structure. Now, some people say, hey, that's great. I actually like foxtailing. I look for it before I harvest. Other people are gonna say, oh no, that's a big red flag. You should never be getting foxtailing at all. It's due to high heat or conditions, and they see that as bad bag appeal. But whatever way you want to put it, this is considered a plant problem due to too high of heat. Now, one thing Vivo Sun had mentioned to me is that there needs to be enough clearance on the back of this. They had mentioned, hey, check the clearance. It needs to be at least 11 inches from this curtain or a wall in order for proper airflow. So I did make that adjustment. I think it was at like 7 or 8 inches. I moved it out to 11 inches. I've also increased the amount of air exchange that happens. You can do that through their app, and hopefully bringing in air more frequently will help lower the actual temperature within the grow space, and that we should see less foxtailing, hopefully, even though damage has kind of already been done at this point. We're so close to harvest, but we'll see. Now, lighting is another thing that has been a little bit too harsh on these plants and has hurt the quality of the buds, I guess you can say. Now, in the last video I did on the V-Grow box, I talked about light bleaching and how too much red light actually caused the top of the buds to turn white. That's something that I explained in detail. If you missed it, just check out that past video. But light burn is another thing that has negatively impacted these plants. You can see a lot of these leaves have been deteriorating as they're burnt. It's more on the inner part of the plant where the light is more focused versus the outer part of the plant or the lower part of the plant. It's more on the top part of the plant. So clear sign of light burn, too high of light. I did go from 100 down to 80%. Now I even dropped it down even more to about 65%. And I'll keep it at that for the remaining part of the grow. Just try to limit the amount of damage that has been done. But yeah, lighting being too close or too much red light to cause light bleaching. These are problems that can really sneak up on you and harm the overall quality of your buds. Another thing is training the plant. This is something that I didn't do a very good job at since it has overgrown into this top left corner. You can see there's a yellow section there that says overgrown. So too high, it's actually a couple inches up into that area. I thought I was gonna be able to super crop and be under that overgrown space, but that just didn't happen this time around. It's also only my second time growing these genetics, so I wasn't too familiar with how much this is gonna stretch after flipping the light cycle to a flowering light cycle. This is a photoperiod plant, so I did have full control over the amount of veg time. But yeah, it overgrew, and since I didn't do as good of training as I should have, this problem resulted in it being too close to the light and having those issues. Another problem that can sneak up to you and you won't know until it's too late is improper nutrition. Now, this is something that I don't think that I really encountered here on this grow, but I know plenty of other people encounter it to where they just just don't feed enough, or they feed too much nutrients. So not feeding enough, they come across plant deficiencies, which looks kind of similar to what you're seeing here, although I'm pretty confident that deterioration of this is due to light burn versus a lack of nutrition. But lack of nutrition could certainly impact your bud quality, or too much nutrition. Nitrogen toxicity, for example. This is when you feed too much nitrogen, you have dark leaves, shining leaves, curling, buds can become super airy. I'll show a clip on the screen right now of when I had nitrogen toxicity and the buds were just super airy. And I was kind of newer at the time and I was like, what is this? What happened? And come to find out, I was overfeeding at the time. Unfortunately, the harvest was completely ruined because of it. So lack of proper nutrition can certainly impact your overall bud quality. Now, another thing I could have done is I could have given this plant proper support. You can see it's flopping all over the place. And this could be due to lack of airflow or just the buds being so dense that they just flop all over the place. Some genetics are prone to flop. Every single run you try to grow with them, they'll just flop over because they can't handle the weight that the buds are giving them. And what I could have done is I could have added in the trellis net that comes with the unit. I should have. It could have provided the proper support that I needed in order to stay upright a little bit more. So in the future, I'm definitely going to be adding in that trellis net for proper plant support. But overall, this run so far has still been a success. I mean, I was only really expecting about 2 to 3 ounces per plant. It could actually get more than that. I'm seeing some really big buds on this, bigger than I expected. So I'm eager to see what the yield will be. Although we do have a couple weeks left, I think, until we actually harvest. I'll be sure to give you an update on the harvest and kind of what I get for a final weight. But yeah, this is what it's looking like so far. I figured I'd do a quick update to show you that. And I definitely want to give a thanks to Vivo Sun for sponsoring this video, sponsoring this Grow series. I hook up my viewers with the discount code. You can use code MrGrow15. That works on both their website as well as Amazon. They just released their Luma light. Now this is a light that they currently have in a 4x4 grow tent. I had their Aero light in there. Now I'm going to use their Luma light. I also want to mention that they have a new controller as well with some updated features. I'll have links to both the Luma light as well as the new controller down in the YouTube description section below so you can learn more about those things. Please let me know in the comment section below, what plant problems do you usually come across or have you come across? And what do you do to combat them or prevent them from occurring in the first place? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'm looking forward to reading that. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.